Good morning, Ricky, the low-end card enthusiast from North Carolina, coming at you another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I've said this about 5 times now in a row. I've had some tech problems with my phone this morning, and I need to hire somebody to do my tech work. Yeah, right. But yeah, I've had some problems with my phone, and hopefully I've got it right. I don't know. See if I can get through the end of it. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, I was going through some boxes in my closet. I still have some boxes in there when we moved and hadn't unpacked. But I kind of know what's in there. But I ran across a bag of coins I had when I collected coins. I just hadn't unpacked them. And a book I had too that I bought several years ago. And for you new subscribers and viewers, I thought I'd do this again. I've showed one of these coins, maybe one. I know I've showed one of them. I don't know about the other one. But also, if you've seen it, it's interesting. I really think it's interesting, these two coins, especially one of them. You watch it again. If you think you want to collect coins or just collect these two coins or one of them, I think it's real interesting. If you like Kennedy or Franklin, and these are cheap to get into. They're not a lot of money. And like I say, they're interesting. But let me show you something first. Let me show you this book. This is the second edition of Rick Tomasca's Franklin and Kennedy half dollars. And you can see, I'm trying to get through this without being too long. He likes toned coins, meaning the air, the environment gets to them and they tone and make them look pink sometimes, red, yellow, green, mainly green and red, something like that. But and I'm gonna show you one in a minute. Not as pretty as these, but kind of toned. But anyway, and also he likes cameos, and meaning cameos when they put the die in to strike it, the coin, a new die, it comes out a lot of times ultra cameo, deep cameo, meaning the cameo part is the bust, and it'll look white looking. In the field, meaning the background is like a mirror finish. And what happens is when they start with a new die, it'll look like this. But as the die wears on, it'll look like this, where they all are, it'll still be a proof coin, but they all kind of look shiny. The whole thing will look shiny, and that's what I have. So when you see a proof coin, and you'll say, well, that don't look proof. It don't look like that, but it is. It's just kind of wore down. The die's kind of worn, and it'll look all kind of, it'll look all shiny. And there's different types of cameo. You got ultra cameo, deep cameo, stuff like that. And what I'm gonna show you to start with is a mint state proof. All of his proofs and all of his toned coins in here are mint states. So you don't have any toned proofs in here. But that's a pretty one right there. See different colors on there. It's got a lot of colors on it. That's the 53. The one I'm gonna show you is the 57. But all of his mint states in here are, at least on the front, are toned. You can see that one on the back. Just around the rim. On the rim is toned. I've read this book. It's a very interesting book. I highly recommend it. So the one I'm going to show you is not as toned as that, but look, it's got a lot of red, and the front is better than the back. But it looks better in person. It's a 57. And you probably, I don't know, I haven't collected coins. I've just got a few left over. Silver's gone up since I collected. I don't know. I hate to say what you can get this coin for. 30 bucks, 40 bucks, I don't know. Silver being higher. That's the Franklin. And the next one I'm going to show you, I've shown before. Let me read something to you. The next one I'm going to show you is a Proof Kennedy half. And by the way, my sinus infection is better. The antibiotics are better. So thank you for all the good wishes, well wishes. Feeling a lot better. Well, I didn't feel that bad, but as far as my nasal problems and chest and all, I'm doing better. Thank you. So what I want to read to you is about the Proof Kennedy $50 proof. I just showed you about the proof Franklin, the Proof Kennedy. That's what I'm going to show you next. Mint state coins are meant to be spent. They go to the bank and grocery store, wherever, they're meant to be spent. Proof coins, you can spend them. 50-cent piece is worth 50 cents, but they're really meant to be spent, collected. And they're struck 2 times, maybe 3 times to bring out all of the fields there and to make it look pretty. And they take a lot of time with it. And, they're made for the collector. So, and that's Kennedy proof right there. That's the cameo. I think it's an ultra. It just says proof cameo. Could be deep cameo, I don't know. Anyway, this is a Proof Kennedy $50, a 1964 Type 1 accented hair. You're going to say, Ricky, what is an accented hair? And I'm going to tell you. Let me put the specs on. The Type 1 accented hair is the first Kennedy half listed in the date-by-date analysis for this proof series, as the accented hair was actually the first design struck by the mint in proof. While just under 4 million 1964 Kennedy $50 were struck in proof, it is estimated that about only 100,000 of those were accented hair variety. Okay, to put things in perspective, I don't know how many millions, I did know at one time. There's millions and millions and millions of mint state Kennedys. They weren't going to struck with so many of them, and they kept striking them and striking them because people wanted to put them in the drawers and collect them, collect them for a commemorative for Kennedy's death. He was killed in November. But to start with, let me go back. Franklin was started on the coin in 53. And in 63, Kennedy was assassinated in November 22nd, 1963. Well, you were supposed to be on, by law, you were supposed to be on the coin 25 years. Well, it'd been 10 years with Franklin. So they got together, and Congress did, and Jackie really wanted them to be on the $50. Well, they got together and said, well, look, Kennedy's hadn't been, Franklin hadn't been on the $50 but 10 years. So they had a vote and everything, and they agreed to go ahead and put Kennedy on the $50. Congress can do that. They made a law. So that's what happened there. So anyway, in January 1964, they started striking them. And only 100,000, well, the mint state, like I said, people were lining around the bank, lining around the corners of the banks, waiting to get in line, waiting to get in the bank to get their Kennedy $50 so they could put them away, to save them. And so they kept striking them. But like I read, there was only about just under 4 million of the proofs made. And about 100 of those of the accented hair variety were got out to the public. And I'm going to tell you what they were. Just over 2% of the total proof production for the year. So just about 2% of the proof population were accented hair. As many as 30% to 50% of this total may have been melted for the bullion in 1979, 1980, you know, when silver went up to $50 an ounce back in the day. People were taking all their coins and getting them melted down. So look, that's what they estimated. Maybe half of them got melted down. So not a lot of them were around. Now, the story behind, let me show you the coin. Accented hair. You can see it right off the bat. See the V on top of his ear? I call it a V. See that? It's kind of weird looking. If you got a Kennedy $50 or any kind of a picture of one, you pull up a picture of one. It's not. It won't look like that. It'll look kind of smooth. See how that looks? That's a good shot of it. Call it a V. Anyway, I think our video is going to work this time, folks. They got about 100,000. And look, stop the press. We got to let Jackie Kennedy agree with this thing. She needs to look at it. So she looked at it. She didn't like it. That unruly hair there, she didn't like. You know, he got assassinated, he got shot in the head. She didn't like that. She didn't want it. So they had to stop the presses and redo the dye. So they redid the dye and made his hair look smoother and started back again. So that's why this coin is rare. It's a rare coin. And I paid about $65 for this coin in 64. It's proof 64. And that's not a real high grade. When you get to 60 and 60 to 70 is 70 being a perfect coin. 60 to 70 being uncirculated, meaning it hadn't been circulated. So 64 usually have milk spots. Milk spots being when they wash the dye, they don't clean it off, wash it off good with the solution they use. They don't wash it off good, leaves little spots on it. And then when they stick it in there and strike it for the coin, it don't come off. You can't clean it off, can't sand it off. It just don't come off. So it leaves little spots. And usually when you have a proof 64, you got little spots on there, like salt. It looks like you sprinkled salt. And sometimes they're big. I mean, sometimes they're uncirculated, so it's going to get at least a 60. Sometimes as big as my fingernail. It covers his whole head. And so these are good. I talked to the guy that owned the company that had these. I said, look, I want to make sure I get what it looks the coin I'm looking at. I want to get that coin. He said, you will. I personally tell you you're going to get that coin. He said, we got a big batch back, and they look all like this. They look great. And I got a coin, and there's no milk spots on it. Great looking coin. I can put a magnifier on it and see some little specks. And of course, they put a high magnifying on it, and I'm sure they see a little, bigger than I do. But that's a good looking coin, man. To be a 64, paid about $65. Now you get up to a 66, you pay what? I don't know, $100, $105. Like I say, silver's gone up, so you probably pay more now. 67, a couple hundred, 68, 300 maybe, I'm guessing. 69, you might pay 1,000, 2,000, I don't know. I don't even know if there is a 70 in a proof Kennedy accented hair, I don't know. Anyway, you can get it for cheap. So I just thought I'd show you the coins. They're very interesting. They're rare, in my opinion. Very rare coin. And I love the coin. And the Franklin series are very interesting. You get into those for cheap. They got the Bugs Bunny, meaning some kind of die clashed, the one die clashed with another one or something, and it made a little little hook coming out of his mouth. It looks like he looks like Bugs Bunny. And that's what they call it, the Bugs Bunny Franklin. I had one of those. You get them for about $25. Now, then again, silver gone up. It's going to cost you more, maybe $50. But you can get one of those for about $50, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, thought I'd show you those. Very interesting. If you got any questions, leave it on the comment. I'll try to answer them if I can. And but as always, hope you enjoyed this video, and you guys have a great day.